Alrighty, folks, we are going to go over a question that each of the three amigos have probably gotten multiple dozens of times, and we're just going to get it on record. And that question is quite simply, should you rent to friends and family? Again, folks, we are being landlords. Our job is to provide service, and heck, why wouldn't you rent to friends and family? I know what Dion's experiences with this in his first story, so we will go to him second. We're going to go to Matt first in this one and just ask him, would you ever rent to friends and family?
Only people that I hate.
So by happenstance, that's not a friend or family, I'm guessing.
I mean, I've got friends that I can't stand. And I was just like, I asked them, I'm like, why are we even friends? I can't stand you. You're an idiot most of the time.
I'm right here, Matt. You're not supposed to talk about
exactly. Dion, I've said all this to your face. Like, this is not new.
What are you doing?
So I've done both. I make it very clear in the very beginning, hey, listen, you're coming to me because you need this and you can't get it somewhere else. So I'm already doing something for you that no one else wants to do for you. So I make sure that we're going into it in a really healthy fashion. Like, you're still going to pay on time. You're still going to owe it. It's the way it is. But just to be clear, you're not getting this anywhere else. You don't have the credit. You don't have the credentials. You don't have something. And so if I'm willing to do this, so I'm actually doing one right now where one of my contractors has said, I need some help with my daughter. And I said, okay, because for him, he's done hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of work for me. And we still work together today. And I said, but he's cut from the same cloth where we both understand. He goes, listen, she doesn't pay her rent. Late notice and toss her out. She doesn't do this late. And I was like, just so long as we're on this exactly the same page. That said, it's a general practice that I will not do it. I'll just say, not going to work out, go somewhere else, especially if there's somebody that I like, because there's always going to have to be a tough conversation where it's like, well, but no. You're not different than anybody else. No, buts. So that's why, in all honesty, it's people that I don't necessarily have a great relationship with that I would rent to, and I would make sure it's very clear to them in the beginning. This is exactly the terms.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well,
That's
there's
weird.
one answer. Well, let's bring Dion in. Dion, I know you've done it, right? Your story begins by renting to a friend. So let's take it up a notch. Would you ever rent to friends and family today?
So the first experience was so bad, I think most people would expect me to say no. There's two scenarios where the answer is no, and then there's one scenario where if everything lines up, the answer is yes.
Okay.
So the first two is, one, if you're in the situation that I was in the beginning where I don't have systems in place, didn't have a lease, didn't know the laws, didn't know how to hold somebody to a lease, didn't know how to screen the tenant. So I was the problem with that first tenant. Once you have your systems in place, that's not so much of a problem. The other scenario where it's a no for me is, one of the biggest red flags for any applicant is if they reach out through social media or their network. If somebody reaches out and says, hey, I know you're a landlord, do you have any units available? It means one of two things, because there's a bunch of units that you can find online. Some platform has rentals available. They either don't qualify or don't want to pay market rents. So why would I put either one of those in my property? So those are the two times it's no. If you don't have the systems and the person is reaching out, either because of those reasons, they don't qualify or they don't want to pay market rents. So usually it's a no in the beginning. You don't know what systems you need to put in place yet. Once I had my systems in place and I screen friends and family like anybody else, credit score, eviction history, it's in the lease, it's binding, have that clear conversation that this is no different than if you were renting from a different landlord. I rent to a son, a daughter, a nephew, a coworker, a friend, with zero issues currently for years because the systems are in place. They passed all of the criteria. I'm trying to think if I am more strict with them or not. Doesn't seem like it. Just treat them like a tenant. But a lot of times when you're starting, you don't have that ability. You don't even know how to screen properly or when a tenant is taking advantage of you.
I am honestly shocked by both of my brothers who tried to keyhole an exception. There are no exceptions. I will never, ever rent to friends and family. Anytime I have done anything like that, anytime I have quote unquote lent money or done a favor, it has always come back to bite me. Now, let's be clear, right? I'm in a very unique situation where I have financial flexibility. So, for example, my grandmother, who unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago, was in a very bad situation. God, this must have been 2009 or 10.
Mm.
So I bought a house in Sedona, Arizona, and I let her live there for free. Right? Could I have charged her rent? I don't know. It was never a consideration. So until she was not able to take care of herself, she lived in that house, I want to say 8 years, rent free. So again, if somebody's coming to me in my family and they're just in a bad situation and I can help them, I'm not opposed to helping them, but I'm not going to charge them rent. And again, I won't even lend money to friends because I've had, every time I've done that, whether it's $3,000 or $15,000, it never comes back. It's always bullshit. Yeah, buts, excuses. And many times I'm no longer friends with them anymore. Right. There's a guy I loaned $5,000 to, but he's never made a phone call and I haven't talked to him in 2 years. Right. I'm sure he's embarrassed, but dude, whatever. I mean, I thought our friendship was worth more than that. I guess not. So again, no, there is no chance in hell, 0 chance in hell I would rent to a friend or family. The answer is a hard no. I'm not going down that. I don't want that phone call that says, oh, I thought we were boys and, I had this or that flat tire or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, 0 chance.
Do you rent out to your contractors?
So again, you got to remember, I have a property manager. So sure. Yeah. So there is one of my units, and again, we have almost 200, is rented to an employee of my property management company, which I was not happy about when I found out. But yeah, again, they put him through the same criteria as everybody else. But yeah, I haven't made a tenant selection in 15 years. So yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's, for us, we do rent out to, we rent out to our contractors. We know that it does them a solid. Sure. We know they treat us right. We know they give us priority, and so that's one of the things that we actually really like to do because we know that the most expensive thing that anybody does is where they live.
Absolutely.
And so if we can reduce that price on a consistent basis where we give them a little bit of flex space, that's what we certainly like to do. But never lend out money that you're not expecting to get back. That's for sure. And then when it comes to family, like clearly Dion's, still follow the criteria. Like we still follow the criteria.
I would, again, you guys are pointing at this magical lease diagram, but you're going to have an aunt, a sibling, a friend, a family come to you and say, dude, my cat got sick and my left toenail broke and all this other crazy stuff. I just don't want those phone calls.
And Dion and I would post an eviction notice on their door if they didn't pay rent.
So, Zuber, can I challenge you? I mean, can you imagine me having a journey view? It's so weird.
Shocking. I'm shocked.
So Matt and I both screen and place our tenants. We said we'd go with the same criteria.
Yeah.
Let's say your cousin.
Sure.
I don't know if you have any.
I do.
Say you have a cousin.
I do.
Contacts your property manager. Applies to live in one of your rentals. Passes the credit score. Passes the background check. Passes the eviction check. Doesn't even hit your radar. They'd be renting from you. You wouldn't know it.
Yep.
But if you noticed their name and you said, hang on, wait, is that my cousin? And they met all the criteria through the property manager, would you reach out to the property manager and say, don't let them in, I'm related to them?
No. Again, the beauty of how I manage my business today is I look at something called a cash flow statement, and there's not a single tenant's name on a cash flow statement. So I would have no way of understanding where my cousin is. But let's say he had a barbecue and he invited me over and I saw it was one of my properties. I would be laughing inside.
Yeah.
That it is my house or my apartment building. But no, I wouldn't kick him out because again.
So I do like that I think you're honest. If somebody reached out and said, hey, can you connect me with your property manager? I'd like to rent from you. You'd say, no, I don't do
different.
That. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But since we said I'd keep the same criteria, which would be the same. You don't interact with them. Yeah. So there's a chance you are renting.
So I think it's also different. Yeah, I think it's also different if Mike were living in Fresno.
Yeah.
Like if we were, because for me, I live here. And so I have over 5,000 tenant years. Take a wild guess how many of my tenants I see kind of pretty much every single day, every time I go out.
In
I
your
see
town,
people,
yeah.
see people all the time. It's a town of 20,000, a town of 30,000, and a town of 3,000. I see them I see people all the time. You know, the cool thing is that when I see them and they see me, and then they get back in their car and they drive away because they know that they're behind on rent. That's one of my favorites, where I just text them and go, hey, I did just see you. You can still come in and eat at the Panera. However, I'd love to understand why you think you can eat at the Panera because you still owe me rent.
You know what? Let me change the question, because I think I want to see if this changes your answer. So I want to drop the friends. Drop that. So no contractors, no, people you see in town. I want to talk family. So we're talking to Dion's question, cousins and above. We're not talking second, third, whatever, whatever, cousins. So like aunts, uncles, siblings, mom, dad. Would you rent to family? Well, let's ask that question, Matt.
Won't again. Rented out to my sister. Rented out to my sister, and she was a complete and total deadbeat. And then she would still call me and say, hey, listen, I need this fixed. And I was like, hey, listen, I need the rent paid. Like, and the mistake that I made is it was when I was going through my really tough financial times, and I couldn't afford to evict her. She wouldn't pay. And so basically I had to show up. And this is how I got her out. I showed up and I put a real estate for sale sign in the front of the house. And I said, you got to get out. I'm selling the house.
Yeah. Okay. So not to family. All right. Dion, would you rent to family? Brothers, cousins, aunts?
Currently rent to my son, my daughter, my nephew. Those were not hyperbole.
No, those are exact. Yeah.
Actual things. Last year, I binder strategied my daughter and was disappointed in her negotiation skills. I was like, you had to negotiate. I had to talk her binder strategy down from what she suggested. They know that if it was late, and so while they watch some of my content, they would never watch one this long. They'll watch a short.
Yeah.
I have Section 8 tenants, so occasionally I can be audited. So all of my tenants have to be treated exactly the same.
Oh, yeah.
If your rent is late, there's a late fee. There's an eviction notice posted on the door. Never had a late payment. Trying to think. The only issue that's ever really come up is I go to visit, something's not working, and I go, why didn't you tell me about this? I'd like to fix this. And they go, well, we don't want to bother you. That's not how this works. So I have to educate. It's a regular landlord situation. If something is not working perfectly or well enough, you're supposed to communicate. That was the only issue that I've had. Again, first year, lost a ton of money because I didn't have my systems in place, didn't screen right, didn't know how to educate tenants. Currently do it. I have family members I would rent to all day long. I have chestless kids rent one of my places, so it doesn't matter how I know them or how I'm related to them or what. But I also have family members I won't let on my property. One of my rentals. So
there's a story there.
You can judge the people too.
Yeah. Dion, where can they find you?
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, where I do my live stream every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Awesome. And Matt?
Lumberjack Landlord, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Come hang out, ask questions, and we'll get you answers.
9 p.m. Eastern, just so
Eastern time on YouTube, Lumberjack Landlord.
Awesome, guys. Take care. Thanks again.
Thanks, Mike.
Ciao.